Hey everybody, Captain Foley here with,
Good morning, Cockings, as always.
and it's just a regular day here at Trekyards. Nothing new to see here. Move along, move along. Anyway, happy birthday! Happy birthday, Mr. Trekyards. It's been 1 year, we're 1 year old, and these are giving me a bloody headache, so I'm taking them off.
1 year ago, today, even though not filming it today, so 1 year when this is released, we released the. No, we didn't release the Romulan Bird of Prey, episode 1 of Trekyards, what you come to watch every single week, twice a week, even more now with some of these new shows. You came and watched this, even though we didn't have the model. I didn't have the model back then.
I
A
did.
year
I
ago.
had mine sitting
Yes, you did. You showed it to us several times.
right there.
Eagle Moss, it's brand new. But
Frankly,
yeah,
it's old.
it's our birthday, it's our anniversary. A whole 365 days, guys. Wow.
I know. I'm
That's
putting up with Samuel.
I put what? What?
Oh, I said that out loud. Shit. Sorry, Samuel.
It's been.
No, I'm just kidding.
Can you believe it's been a full year? I mean, it's gone fast and slow, and it's just like wow.
Yeah, it's been both, and it does not seem like a year. Literally, it does not seem like a year has passed.
But it really
But here we are, and we're
doing quite well.
yes, we've met so many famous designers and
Wow.
even a few actors, and I mean, I don't know. Like I've said a few times before, if you would have told me this at the start of this, I would have said you were crazy, and like you always say, you would have been.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is ludicrous. Honestly, ludicrous. And I think it's worth thinking now that we're a year in and looking at the next year. You know, what can we do? How can we keep improving? I thought it'd be fun if we went back all the way to the start and have a bit of reminiscing because that was a while ago and we've changed a bit. And I'd be interested to some of these first things that happened and remember, because
Yeah.
yeah,
I just want to point out too that we are on episode 67 officially, but there are many other ones scattered in through there. So probably up to close to 100 shows
as in
produced by us.
film, as in do you mean like so yeah we've got we've loads filmed that we haven't released yet, or do you mean
Yeah, I
just
know. Well,
our
we've got a
content?
lot released that weren't specifically numbered Trekyards episodes also.
Yeah, yeah, and we've got a good whole bunch that we haven't made. I mean, it's funny if you ask us how many have we made. We've probably filmed about 100 in terms of parts. So we're
Yeah.
way further into this than you guys all see. Maybe less than 100. And obviously if you include all these new content, the top tens and whatnot, we've done so much work together. I've sat at this screen so much. New computer. That's a cool change. That's made it much easier. I mean, the old computer's still there, but new computer's. Oh, it's so beautiful, guys. Thank you so much. It is that is the only reason you're getting the animations. That is the only reason you're getting these new shows, honestly, because that is saving so much time that it's plausible. Loving those. If you're an editor, you see the progress bar. That is the end of your life. Is the progress bar. You just have to stop, and those progress bars got a lot quicker, and it's amazing. Anyway,
And I'm stuck with my old laptop.
yes, you are. But it's fine. You can type. It's fine. I've even
That's
got a
all I need to
laptop.
do. I need to do research and to write scripts. So
And you need books. You got books. I got books too. You got books. Better books. Anyway, so I got some dates. I went through the records and found a few things, including some interesting things I don't think you remember. So first, well, everyone's heard the story of how I met, but let's go through it step by step as it were. So April 23rd, 2014. So that's January, February, March, April. That's the fourth month of the year. We're now in the 10th month of the year. So that's a long time before first episode. That was the day you posted your Star Trek II Wrath of Khan review. I believe I saw you post it on a group. I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch that because it sounded cool. I thought, hey, it says the title's like stuff you don't know. And I was like, oh, I always look forward to stuff I don't know. And I watched it and I loved it because stuff I didn't know and I thought I knew almost everything, which was really cool. April 23rd. Yeah. Do you remember filming that, Stuart? Was that sort
no,
of?
no. Actually, yeah, I do. I remember doing the movie series because I was doing model videos and reviews of my Star Trek stuff.
hmm
And I thought, well, I'll do a movie review, see what that's like. And I really enjoyed doing it because
Mm.
I really love talking about Star Trek movies. And every time I watch them, I think, oh, blah 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 blah, and I tell whoever I'm with what I'm thinking. So I thought, why not just do that on film?
Yeah, I remember it was quite a funny thing. You just put on your DVD or your PS4, you had the controller, and you were skipping through, and it wasn't particularly well edited. It wasn't re-edited. It wasn't it's on your iPad, I believe. It was just cute and quaint, but the information was good, and it was fun to get that different point of view. I think you release them one every week ish.
Yeah, I released a few pretty clumped together, and
Yeah.
then the last few were kind of spaced out. But
But I
yeah, I
remember
did.
really enjoying those because whenever you edit content, you always look for content to watch to sort of take your mind off some of the mundane things you're doing. And they were like 40 minutes. I was like, oh, great, 40 minutes of good stuff I can watch, and they were interesting. So then I remember you said in your vlogs, because I guess I checked out to see what else this Stuart Foley, Captain Foley, does. And I remember I saw a vlog, and you're like, oh, it's my birthday in like 2 days. I was like, oh, okay. I'm gonna make something because I think I was doing temporal anomaly. You know, everyone might know I do temporal anomaly, or I have been, did whatever. And when you're on one project for a long time, you sort of lose that creative flair that got you into it. And I always love doing animations, but part of doing animations is that you don't just want to do it for the sake of it. If you have a reason, a purpose, it's much more. You feel more invested. So I was like, I'm gonna make him something cool, which for me wouldn't take super long. It would take a day basically, and I could feel good about it. He'd get something, and his movies, rather than whatever intro, if you have a cool intro, I think that would help his channel and do better. So I sent you a message on 31st of May, so April to May, I was like 8 days later.
I remember getting it and thinking, why would anybody want to make me an opening, or wish me happy birthday? I thought it was awesome. Like I was new to the whole YouTube thing. I just thought I was making it just to, I didn't think that people actually watched it. To be honest, I just thought it was kind of out there. But yeah, it was interesting, and I remember I was excited to see this intro.
Because it was your birthday that day, I believe. May 31st, is that your birthday?
May 28th. May 28th.
Yeah, I thought it was your party, I was right. I wished you a belated happy birthday because I knew the intro would be done that day-ish. And you're having a party that day, so it was kind of like good timing. And so I went back on Facebook and found the very first message. And you haven't read this in a year, so I'm going to read this to you now, okay? So the first thing I said to you and the first thing you said to me. Hello, Stuart. I have commented on a couple of your videos. Much enjoying the Star Trek reviews. Lots of interesting new info on your videos on JJ Enterprise and why it may make sense was very interesting. Just want to say hi, and that you should keep making those reviews, as well as other Trek-related things, and keep giving new and interesting facts, which for serious Trek fans like myself, love to know. That sounds pretty cool. I commented on a JJ Trek video with a link to a fan film teaser, the first complete multi-era Trek fan film. I gave the link. Give it a watch and let me know what you think. Then, because it was your birthday recently, happy belated birthday, I've made a surprise for you that you can add, for you to add just that little extra something to your videos that, as I have enjoyed the reviews so much, thanks, Emma Cockins. And then I sent you the intro. So I sent that message on the 31st of May. Then I sent you a message on the 2nd of June with the actual intro. But you posted a video on the 1st of June showing the intro.
I was excited. I got it. I loved it. And I thought, I got to make a video. I don't care what is in the video.
But I sent it to you on the 2nd of June. You posted on the 1st of June.
Well, time travel. I can do that,
Hours in the past. Yeah, so within 3, because it had to be, because I posted 00010, or 10 past. You posted yours whenever you did it. You had to have uploaded it within 4 hours of getting it, which is pretty cool, because we're 5 hours apart.
Yeah. I'm kind of impulsive that way. When I feel like making a video, I make a video. But yeah, he's 5 hours ahead of me, so he sent it after midnight in his time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I'll say what I said first, and you can say what your reaction was. So I said, "Hey, hello, Stuart. I finished it!" ! I make CGI renders for my own Trek fan film as well as another Trek series. Spent a couple of hours, and I made you a custom, spelt wrong, CGI scene to potentially intro your space Trek reviews, talks, whatnot. Took about 3 hours to make and 5 hours to render plus edit. Hope you like it. Do let me know. And then your response. Oh my god, this is amazing! Thank you so much. If I can figure out how to get the file to my iPad, I'll indeed add it to the videos. That is very cool. I don't know how to thank you. And I said, just thank me by making more Trek content.
Aww. And did I?
You did, yeah.
Okay, good.
So yeah, I mean, you got this intro, like, it was just about your birthday, you had a party. Like, what was the reaction? Because it was a Connie flying, you can see it now, it's flying and doing stuff, but like, what was the...
Well, as you obviously knew, I was a TOS fanboy, so when I saw it, I was like, "This is awesome!" And I was showing my wife Sylvia, like, "Look at this intro! It's like a Captain Foley. How do they do that?" I've always wanted to do 3D modeling or 3D rendering and stuff. So I have so many ideas in my head. But yeah, it was just amazing to see my name on screen with something like that. So I needed to make a video right away.
And it was really funny then to hear the next day when I woke up, checked back on and there's already a video saying about it. I was watching and you said my name. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. You said my name. That's fun. Because that's all it was. I thought it was just a present. Like I didn't think anything. Like it wasn't meant to be all of this bloody franchisey stuff. And then I think we sort of got talking a little bit, and you started saying, I kind of got a bit overboard. You loved it so much, and you complimented me so much. I was like, I got another idea. So I did the one of it in Dry Dock, which I still love, is one of my favourite ones. It's simple, it's easy-ish, but I sort of wanted to make you one or two more, because I thought, just one isn't really enough. So I think I made you two more, I think. 2 or 3 more.
Wasn't the first one you made after that the refit flying through my name? Because I asked for
that was that was it. But you insisted to put the Dry Docks next.
Yeah, and I was like, I would love to see the original Connie in Dry Dock, and then I got that one. So.
Yes, you did. Yes, and the next intro was the 9th of June. So that was all. That was like 7 days after, and that was 2 days after my birthday. So I was making that over my birthday. And you said. You got a few new openings to your channel, you did a vlog, and you said a few people are jealous and already started contacting you, which I found really funny. They want them for their videos. So that was June 9th, and then I don't think we talked that much for a while. I sort of sent you a couple, but you wanted a few more, and we sort of worked out doing a few more. It wasn't really like a discussion, it was more like, what cool intros could you make? It was just more general.
Yeah.
But then, June, skip through July, you posted another vlog on August 21st. That's like 2 months after, and that was your very first tease of something. We now know it's Trekyards. You said there's there are some exciting things coming up. That's what you said. And I didn't even catch that when I actually was when I was following you at the time. I didn't even notice that as a tease. I saw the next tease, but I didn't notice that. So that's August 21st. We knew we were doing something. Took us a couple of months, June to August.
Yeah. I remember the initial talk we had. I was sitting outside on my deck, one of the first nice days. And we were kind of just discussing things, and you said, why don't we come up with, we both like ships, why don't we come up with a show idea? And I'm like, well, I have no idea what I could contribute. I'm not very creative.
But I've done a few web series in my times. I'm kind of go-getter, so it kind of works. But it was strange, because I remember I'd obviously seen a few hours of you in these reviews, and then we sort of said, well, why don't we Skype and talk? I can't remember.
I was nervous about, by the way.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it's just weird always meeting new people that.
But I can't remember why we Skyped. It wasn't make a show to start off with. It was just like there was some other reason to talk. I can't remember why specifically.
I can't either.
But I remember.
Keep talking. I'm just gonna look.
I'm gonna vamp. But yeah, because this is an unedited show, guys. This is just us talking. And I remember I was on my phone because I was living in parents' house, which I am again now, downstairs, and the computer was in the same space as my dad's workspace, so I couldn't talk when he was there. It was sort of limited filming a hell of a lot, so I had to take my phone into the front room and leaned it on books and was doing that. And I saw, first thing I saw was Stuart on like I said, the bench, and it was so weird to see. Skype's always weird because you can see through the screen, and I'm seeing a garden in Canada. And it's like, and we start chatting, and it was really fun. It was nice because he's so passionate about Trek, and I think we discussed a few just general Trek topics, and I was like, this is cool. We sort of have some similar mentalities about a few things, which was nice. We sort of connected a little bit.
I remember because it was just my birthday, so I got a present from my sister-in-law, who has a friend that makes custom leather-bound journals. So she gave me this.
Yeah.
Sylvia, my wife, suggested that I would like this, and I really do. It's nice, soft leather. And I remember I wrote down, I was doodling when we talked.
Awesome.
And Skype call with Samuel Calkins, August 24th, 2014.
Cool. So that's 3 days after the first announcement. Okay, yeah. Cool.
Ideas and suggestions, LCARS displays, set timings, discussions about starships, different perspectives. We have different ages, so it'd be interesting. Clips from shows, 10 things in the video, interesting facts, 10 things. This is going to be a top 10 video, apparently. Intro, who we are, which ship, stats about the ship, trivia, best facts.
Oh, yeah.
Model design and perspective, aesthetics, evolution, and bridge modules. Famous ships, get extra time and extra episodes. Balanced opinion. Close off the show, both negative and positive aspect of the ship. And then for my job. I originally photo order number for slideshow. I was supposed to get all the pictures, which I still do, but I had this originally was going to number them 1 through whatever, but that just proves impossible.
Yeah.
And refit A with mention of Connie, and this was our original lineup. This is the first.
Okay.
Connie.
Okay.
Phoenix.
Yep.
Bird of Prey.
Yep.
Delta Flyer.
Yep.
Borg Cube.
Okay.
Reliant. Both TOS and
okay.
movie versions. Do format design for the next. Do format design for our next talk.
Mm-hmm.
And always have a funny ending. It says, photo of next episode.
Sort of. Yep.
Temporal multi-track Facebook temporal anomaly.
That's me.
Told me to look that up, so I wrote down. Slideshow, 15 minutes of pictures, whatever that means. And then here's the official breakdown of the show, complete with doodle.
Yeah, we wanted to make it much more structured at the start because we thought we didn't really anticipate how much information there'd be on each ship. So it was more a case of let's make it structured. It's fast. It's quick. It's efficient.
Yeah.
Didn't. I mean, we do still structure. I mean, it is still structured but only like 4 parts.
Okay, well, we know the structure of the show, and everybody watching does too. The main show.
Yeah.
So that's what we have. We have show intro, who we are.
Yes.
We always introduce ourselves at the beginning of every show.
A little bit different each time as well.
Well, yeah, it's got to be awesome.
Yeah.
Ship facts. So the name of the ship, the class, the race or faction. Because remember, we used to have the outline on the side of all the ship facts, the length, the height.
The nightmare to make.
Then interesting ship facts. Take turns stating facts.
Okay, yeah, we did that. Yeah.
Trivia and best facts.
Uh-huh.
The aesthetics, looks, design, practicality.
Nope.
Design evolution, if it applies.
Now that was funny. I wanted that, but you were like, we can't do it beyond the Connies pretty much. I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then situational instances of it in shows, which we haven't really done. Balanced discussion. Model making perspective and personal opinions. And then the what's next episode.
Which were turned into a versus. Which was fun when we did them in that format anyway.
Yes. Then I got Sam intro movie, cool clip, 15 seconds, host ship intro, info, facts, interesting trivia, 4 minutes of discussion, least favorite thing, and funny closing. And then I just go into this book has become my official Trekyards book for writing down facts for the main ships. And each show eventually evolved into its own book. So I got a technology book, I forget our shows, a legends book. And
come on, Stu, we've got Trekyards, Legends, One Hit Wonder, Technology, Originals, Fat Files, Top 10. One I was going to say that I can't say because it'd be a spoiler. Fleet Yards, and Animations.
Yeah, I don't have books for all those, just the ones I need to do research on. So.
Yes, research animations. No. That's interesting. That it's. I remember all of that. I remember. It's weird.
I love that I have it written down on paper.
Yes.
That's what I do. I write everything on paper. My desk is covered in notes.
Yeah.
He writes everything on the computer.
And so... I have the digital dates of all the files I have, but I couldn't find the original notes. Just good you had them. I was moved computer since then, hard drives and stuff, but that's interesting. We were going to go for a much simpler show, I think, originally. We've sort of branched out into what each ship deserves. I think that's how we approach it. This is a ship. This is the information. We're going to go into all the detail we want, where we can, because it's the point of the show, is to be the definitive place to look at that ship. Originally, it was more just a fun look at, I think.
But we learned there was so much information about certain ships, and we just wanted to include it because we wanted to get that information out there. So the shows did evolve, yes.
I mean, the joke is that when we started, I mean, I'm going to go on YouTube. Oops, wrong clip. I'm going to go on YouTube. This is live YouTube surfing. This is. If you go all the way down to the first couple, the timings changed quite a bit just because the way we made them evolved quite quickly. So the first episode, Ortholian, was 11 minutes 51. Second episode, well, the first episode I should say, was 13 minutes. Then it was 19 minutes. It was 19. Then it was 19 again, and then it was. Then it sort of But then technology was 21. And it was J. Yeah, I mean, it sort of stuck around to 17 to 20 marks. And as we got into like Aries was 21, DS9 was 22. everything else was like 19 onwards.
Well, that's because we refined our process and we started including more facts, and we had
Yeah.
more data available to us. And
But yeah, it was fun to see where we came from. And then you announced Trekyards with your awesome sunglasses in your car. And I remember waiting to see that video on the 27th of August. So first video was, like we said, the 10th of October. So it was a good 14 days before you announced it. So 2 weeks. Yeah. And we filmed our 13th episode right down there in the lower part of the house on the 10th of September. So we released the first one 10th of October. We filmed the first one 10th of September. That was never meant to be released, sort of. Like, it was, because I remember I pitched it to you. I said, we can make a first one and then show it to people, but it won't be as good. So I said, well, what if we approach the first episode as a real episode, but we think of it as a first pilot? And then do the real one when we a bit more refined, because it did change quite a bit between the first and the second. And all I'd say was Cage, but I think you were sold after that. But I thought it'd be kind of a fun little nod to make it. Yeah.
yeah, an unreleased pilot episode. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. And then it became present fuel, which was cool. So we filmed that a month before it came out, which was cool. And then September 12th, I was announced on your channel with that awesome video we did.
Well, because of multiple technical difficulties, we ended up filming that, as I recall it, probably like 15 freaking times.
I think it was like 5 or 6. I think it was 5.
It was more than that.
It was, nah.
It was at least 7.
It wasn't at least 7. I think we would have given up by then. No, that was ridiculous because I roughly scripted what I was going to say. You sent me questions, I roughly had answers. But then obviously the more times we did it, the better you seem, and it still feels pretty natural, which I think says to how we sort of started and end up being, we're sort of scripted, but we sound, on top of our head sort of thing. But that was funny because we originally, I assumed Skype, because we knew Skype we were going to film, because we obviously different countries, different time zones. So I thought obviously there's going to be a program that's just record 2 Skypes, but I tried 3 different softwares, none of them really let it. I mean, one sort of worked, that was the first one we used, and it desynced you and me, and you can't resync because you both were in the same audio. Basically, it just wasn't even remotely practical. So I tried something else, didn't even work to start off with. Tried a third thing called Sparko Cam, which was interesting because it wasn't using webcams, because I didn't have a webcam at that point. I thought, hey, I've got a £2,000 DSLR, Canon 5D Mark II. And I thought, well, that itself looks better. That's why some people say the first couple look really nice because you've got depth of field and stuff. So I used that to start off with. But what the joke was that you have to put on a tripod, which took time to set up, really far back because the lens I've got. So then I've got to look. If the camera's there, I had to look like there. It was very difficult to film because the screen's there. It was really odd. And this linked into the computer as a webcam, but it crashed every about 6 minutes or worse.
Didn't we battery life? Batteries died multiple times.
Yeah, and it was on battery, so we had it was really stupid, but it was the only thing we could do, and I had no money. I moved into a new place, and I had no money at all, so I couldn't buy anything. But
you had a little square over your face for
that was a mistake. That was autofocus square. That was a whoops. Didn't notice that. But yeah, that was so stupid. I remember we still had that with our first guest, I believe. And I just had to reset everything. It was just because, like, you can imagine, I have several monitors. I had to pull the table out from the wall, put the tripod down because everything's sort of set up, and it meant every setup was about 5-6 minutes for me, just get everything right and to get focus right and everything. Now it's just hey Stuart, that was a hassle every single time. It mounts up obviously when you're trying to do other things and time zones and stuff. So
I'm no longer using my iPad because the first couple episodes of Trekyards is filmed on my iPad at a different angle because it was lower.
Yeah.
That's why I had the bird of prey like where it was in that first episode. But now I've got the better webcam and different setup, and
we've refined it. That's the whole thing, and very quickly we sort of found our thing. I've always had this microphone though, which is a professional £150-ish mic, which is sounding good. But yeah, so I was announcing a channel and we did that video so many times, but it was fun. Embarrassing now, and we told the stories and yeah. But what the next funny thing is that we had an episode done, right? We had the third one done, but we knew we weren't going to release it. So I believe we were going to film a second one, but we couldn't because I moved house, brand new house, had to get new internet, and the internet was then 2 weeks delayed. So here I am on my phone, just about to Stuart saying, "Sorry, Stuart, sorry, we'll film in a bit," and I have to keep pushing it back. and that made everything delayed a bit. But it gave us more time to write scripts, which was good because we were able to make those first 4 really quickly.
Yeah, I remember thinking, "Oh my God, this is never going to happen. I've already said this is going to happen. Now it's not going to happen," and I felt like I was discouraged, put it that way. But
Aww.
then, it all worked out, and then I saw the quality of what we could do. Didn't we film like a shuttle episode,
Yeah, that was
which
our.
has not been released?
No, we didn't record that. That was on my phone in the garden. That was our very first meeting. I said, "Hey, let's just film. Let's just test something." So we timed
Yeah,
it and we didn't record it. But yeah, that was our very very first. I think it was like a Type 6 shuttle from TNG, because it's something we both knew vaguely. I
yeah,
think.
yeah. It was.
And it was funny because we bullshitted most of it, and it took you a couple of seconds to be like, "Oh, I can make stuff up." Yeah, just make it a show. And that was really fun.
I had my little toy, the
Yeah, yeah, that was fun. It was different, but it showed how the format worked roughly.
yeah.
Yeah, we timed it. Yeah, that didn't reflect any of the later episodes. But yeah, I mean, what did you think then? We made this first episode. We only showed a few friends. I showed family. What did the friends say seeing this first episode, the Tholian, which now looking back, it's like, but then,
Well, I don't have many friends that are into Star Trek, surprisingly enough.
okay,
I showed my older brother, who's a huge Trekkie. He actually helps me out with some of my research, and he thought it was great. Since then, by the way, he's been a long time Trekyards supporter. He watches every one of our episodes, and it's funny. He's always behind. I just got to throw this in because he'll think it's funny. He's always behind, like 3 or 4 episodes, which is fine. We release 2 a week. Just as he got caught up, we released one every day for this 2 weeks leading up to our anniversary. She's like, "Dah!" He got really kind of frustrated with me, so he's probably not happy right now. But anyway, no, the format looked great, and there were a few little things that I saw that we needed improvement on, at least on my end, presenting wise and stuff. But I mean, that happens. I have off days, and
oh yeah, I'm not a guy that can read a script. Now I'm better, but like it was a very difficult process to suddenly be a presenter and on camera, and you have to talk to the camera. It's a learning curve, but I think really it shows humble beginnings, but still we had something,
yeah. And then what happened next?
Well,
Doug Drexler thing.
Well, no, I moved into the house, and I was like, great, let's film some stuff. So we filmed the Bird of Prey, which I then made very quickly, I remember, because we wanted to release that pretty quick. Yeah, 7th of October, filmed the Bird of Prey, and then we released that on the 10th of October. So that was a quick turnaround. But I was obviously prepped because I had time to work on the animations and stuff ready. And I remember
You had me confused there for a second. I think Bird of Prey, the Legends one. No. Yeah, Romulan. Thank you. For a second there, I was like, huh?
This one. Yeah, that was fun. That was interesting. And I remember being like, so it's really going live. We're gonna have people start watching it. That was weird. And I remember we got 500 views in like 4 days. And I was like, wow, that's some people want to watch it. People actually care. That was nice. And then yeah, so we made the Dud Fly, made the Phoenix, made the Miranda. Miranda was a lot of fun. Although now we found lots more information, but that always happens. I mean,
yeah.
And we're going to do a Phoenix with John Eves because he's doing more stuff with the Phoenix. That's going to be a lot of fun. And we remember we filmed all those in a pretty short amount of time because we knew we wanted to get ahead. And we were every fortnight, which now seems ludicrous, like one every 2 weeks. And I remember thinking, what do you think about the 2-week thing?
I thought it was going to be a hassle to do one every 2 weeks because I mean I've got a job, I got things to do, I got a family, I have to write scripts now. It's like, this is going to be impossible. And here we are now, two a week,
one a day for these last 2 weeks. God damn.
Yeah,
it was strange, but it was good because we got interest. But the thing is, about 2 weeks, people didn't also know we existed, so they didn't come back. They came back the next week. Oh, I haven't released one. I remember I told 10 or 15 people every 2 weeks. I mean, that was a problem for us because we thought, no, we want this to be a thing people actually want to watch, like a TV show every week. And we wanted to be a Trek that you could watch every week. That was really a dream for us because we know, I think one of the fundamental things about this show is that it's something we always would have wanted to watch.
Yes.
And we just went ahead and made it.
And the funny thing is, when we film it, like we write it, we film it, and you edit it. So once you edit it and you upload it, I'm excited. So that night, after everybody goes to bed, I go upstairs on the big 60-inch TV, watch it, eating popcorn or chips. So I watch these shows like I'm a fan, and sometimes it's a little cringeworthy, but most of the time it's really awesome.
I don't get to, because I have to obsess with every frame to make it perfect. So I don't watch them again after I make them, but I'm glad you enjoy them.
Well, yeah, I rewatch them and stuff, and I always watch it before it gets released,
Yeah.
especially if we filmed it quite a while ago.
Yeah.
Because I know people are going to comment on it or ask questions, so I want to make sure that I'm up on what we actually just put in the episode. So
Yeah, and we always double check everything in the episode when we can. Obviously, timings. I mean, it takes like 2 hours, 3 hours to sometimes upload just a test version, because obviously internet, you got to deal with it, you know. But yes, we filmed the first couple. It was a lot of fun. I remember we improved quite a lot in the first couple. We found more information. We did it a lot better. I was doing the animations. I remember that was a hassle because the computer wasn't really coping very well. But it was getting there. And then we announced. So first episode was October 10th. We announced on November 21st. So that's like 35, 40 days later, that we're going to do one every Saturday. That was a big decision. And the 4-show formula, which I still love, although we sort of left it behind a little bit. But I remember that was really...
yes, we're supposed to be alternating every week had a specific show title, but yeah, that kind of fell to the wayside as
Basically, as we just wanted to release new things up and coming. Like Axonar came out, we knew, no, people want to see this now. We've got a really cool episode. We think this should come out sooner. And once you do that once or twice, you can't go back into the same 4, because then you have to wait a month for it to reset. But then if you've done a 2-parter, it messes you up for another week, and it just gets really complicated. And then 3-parters, I mean, it just
one thing I do kind of miss is the verses. I mean, we used to do at the end of each show, we would verse against the ship we were doing in the following episode, which was fun because it was always a mismatch, and we had some interesting battles. But at the same time, with the way we released them, they weren't always in the correct order, so we couldn't do that anymore.
Because we found straight away, after episode 4, all that jazz, we started making more, and someone like, no, should we release that first? But we were like, well, no, but some things just came up, so that the verses just didn't work after some point. I'll always remember though, facing Botany Bay
versus the Dreadnought.
And I was like, which is strange because then we did the Botany Bay like a bajillion episodes later.
Yeah, it's like that was a few weeks ago now.
It would have
almost
been
a year later.
It would have been episode like 14, and now it's like anyway. But it's a great episode. I had to make Botany Bay a quantum torpedo launched gunboat because it's the only way I could beat you. I remember that. I don't cheat very often, but when I do it, it's amazing. So that was fun. One a week. I remember we had a full Klingon done. That was the point. We had to have that done. We had a full month worth of content. I believe that was the big thing. Like, yes, we have the month done, but nothing else was even scripted because we had to get those 4. So it was a bit leeway, but yeah, we made sure that was done. That was fun though. That was good to get that, and it was always nice to have the big 3-parter. I was always looking forward to seeing what people think of part 2, part 3, because it was such a full episode.
Yeah.
That was fun.
And I'm still really impressed with the Legends episode we've done with the Bird of Prey.
And just so you know, the second would have been the Excelsior, but we never got around to it.
Not saying we won't. There's lots of stuff in the works. So,
guys, you know he will. So we were at episode. We did start in the 4, still using the DSLR, and I was using. I was in my big new house with a massive echoey Victorian front, house with a front room that's huge. So obviously the audio wasn't as good. Now I'm in a small room. Mike's much closer to me. So then, December 1st, we met Doug Drexler, as it were. We did an interview, and he commented on it, which was great. I mean, really weird for us, actually having this legend comment. And I was like, Stuart, now's the time to message him, because we obviously knew of Doug as a personality, but we...
Yeah, I talked to him off and on Facebook, and messaged him a few times. He talked to me.
Yeah, but we didn't really think of him as a genuine...
possibility.
Yeah, exactly. But, 1st of December, he agreed to join us for the show, which is only 52 days since our first episode was released. 1 month and 21 days, and we had our first guest signed up.
Not just any guest. Doug Drexler.
And that's amazing. That is so fun. I mean, he was such a powerful, amazing guy. He really sort of got us into the spirit of guests because he was such a handful, but in the best way.
And I remember he said, I can give you like 20 minutes. 20 minutes. And like 3.5 hours later.
Yeah, that was our first or second one.
First talk with him.
Okay. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
I remember that. It was just he just talked about Star Trek and his work on it, and it just he liked us so much, and he said that he could relate to us, like
yeah.
because we have such a common interest that he didn't mind giving us all that time. He didn't even realize he did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we really enjoyed that 3 hours. We were like, oh my god, I
And that
can't
was
believe this
like
is happening.
our longest session for 6 months.
Yeah,
We've done longer now because but like our longest session was with a guest who should have less time. It was, we met his wife, we met his bird, we met all, it's amazing. Beaky, I believe his name. Yeah, so that was fun. That was incredible. I think so that day was a great day actually, December 1st. And I remember I phoned my parents afterwards because in one evening, Doug Drexler, we got in contact and said yes.
mm-hmm.
Later on that day, James Crawley from Phase 2 commented on the interview saying, "Good luck, guys," which, as the grandfather of fan films, that's incredible to get. We had Alec Peters from Axnar get in contact with us, saying he liked the show. And we was pounced on that, saying let's do something because Axnar, we love Axnar. Wow, 3, and there was a fourth person who's also huge, but it wasn't any of our main guests. Yeah, I just remembered who it was. It was Vic Mignogna from Star Trek Continues. I remember, happily the same day, I emailed him because I got in contact after a convention. We really got talking. He loved Temporal Anomaly, loved Continues, obviously, and we got talking, got his email, and he sent an email saying hi back, which was really cool. So in one day, we had James Crawley, Phase 2, Vic Mignogna Continues, Doug Drexler, and Alec Peters. What a day.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a great. December 1st was a good day.
And speaking of James Cawley, we have been in touch with him on and off
Yeah.
over the last year, but he doesn't do Skype.
Yeah.
So it's hard for us to get in touch with him and actually talk to him, but he is interested in doing the show at some point if he can get his son to show him how to do Skype.
Yeah, he wants to, but he's not a very technological person. And while he said he'll talk to us on the phone, well, it's long distance for Stuart, and he's in the same continent. It's very long distance for me, and time zones. It's just not practical. I guess that shows how amazing all of our guests that have Skype. It's that easy. But yeah, we have him. We just haven't got him yet. And I think I personally would want to talk to him about all the different sets and all the different bits. There's so much to talk about. I think you guys would love to hear about James Crawley because he doesn't do that many interviews. That's probably why, though.
So everybody message James Cawley and say get Skype to team up with Trekyards.
That's why we didn't announce him as an official guest because it's just not practical at the moment. But he is on our yes list, as it were. So then we released the Tholian Christmas Present on December 25th. So we had that planned out. And then we announced Doug joining the cast on December 31st. We had him for 30 days. And we had to keep that quiet. I remember that was difficult. Obviously to my parents tough, and you told your family. But that was fun having this. Because one was amazing.
Yeah.
One was amazing. And we had Alicoré signed up. And we announced him January 31st. So within a couple of days, we had these amazing people. And it snowballed. But I don't want to get into all that now because this is meant to talk about our first little bit. So that's as far as I'm going to go with these dates. But yeah, that was a hell of a October, November, December. Wow, and now we are a year later and we have all the guests and more people. And
so that was just the first quarter of Trekyards history. It's the first 3 months.
I was like 6 episodes.
Yeah, and it's 6 episodes in 3 months, and now
67.
I don't know, just with the release schedule. We have so many now.
And so many great ideas. We're not just documentary guys. We have so many fun things because we know that you want fun, entertaining, comic. We know you want all this stuff, and we really want to bring you all this stuff. And we hope to, but now it's, at a point, growth equals growth. We've grown to a point, so we need your help. We need your support to grow, to help us grow the channel, to be able to bring you, honestly, we hope one of the biggest Trek channels on YouTube because, for 365 days, I believe we've only missed one Saturday, and that's technically we didn't because we missed it on my time zone because the upload was stalled, but it was still released on LA time. So we haven't missed a single Saturday in that year. So you've had a weekly TV show almost for a year, and that's incredible. No, what other anythings have done that? There've been a few Phase 2 episodes, a few continues, a Renegade. It's like all this stuff, and we've been giving you content. So I'd like to think of us as one of the biggest and best Trek channels on YouTube, and we want to keep bringing you that content, but diversify, all this fun stuff.
Because we have so many ideas that we throw around back and forth and develop into great show ideas that we would love to do. We need the resources, we need the time.
Because it's just, with all real life, you've got to have money to pay for things, for food, for clothing, for doing anything. And if this is that money, then the time that we have to find jobs, do jobs, it can be put all in. And you know, the sky is the limit, you know. Yeah.
So we would definitely like to thank all of you guys for staying with us on this journey, and for all the newcomers, welcome, and please enjoy all of our backlog of shows.
And what's amazing is we had a pretty decent view count at the start, and seeing the quality, like, oh god, you put up some fun stuff, and to see that viewership grow and grow and grow and grow throughout this entire year. I mean, Indiegogo. I mean, you guys helped us raise over $3,000. You know, to get this. You know, you support us. You appreciate what we did that much, and now with the Patreon, you guys are again supporting us through this. We've come so far. You know, we're over 500,000 views on the channel. I think we're at 531 now. And while that's not all Trekyards, because Stu had a few videos before Trekyards, it's at least 400,000. You know, for Trekyards, and I've probably math at some point. But that's, you know, we're going to reach 1 million at some point, guys, and it's getting quicker and quicker. You know, every week. Not where I thought I was going to be a year from now, but a year from before. But I'm pretty excited and happy. Yeah.
Yeah. I can remember when I was excited that I had 100 subscribers. And now we're up to almost 5,000. So,
I mean, and the Facebook group, that community, I think everyone appreciates it because it's such an active, such a friendly, and we're pretty careful to moderate, you know, because it shouldn't be about negativity. We're just here to look at designs. As we say in Trekyards, we always have to find the bad thing, we always have to find the good thing.
Yeah.
But boy, do we always say it in a positive way, because every ship has amazing things. Every ship has not the best, but you don't have to say, this is crap, this is rubbish, we hate it. You just look at it artistically and, oh, okay, that shape doesn't work as well, that colour, but it don't have to be negative. You know, there's ways around things, and that's what we do at Trekyards. And we think the community we've had so many hundreds of new members join the fan community in the last few weeks. It's been incredible, and so we just keep growing and growing.
And one of my favorite things about Trekyards is that it encourages discussion and encourages creativity, because people will comment on our videos with their either things they know that we didn't mention, or their theories on how ships should work, or how things should be. And that creates more creativity and more thought process for other people, and it expands the Trek universe, and we love that.
And it also brings it all together, because we're a hub. You know, we're the guys putting the effort in to bring these shows out, and it helps. I mean, so our fan community on Facebook, you know, we have so many people. There's so many times I've seen a design for a ship that someone's posted. I've asked, so who designed this? And the designer is not only on our group, but sees it and posts, oh, I did, and I get in contact. That's ridiculous. You know, we've had such a community, and you know, these amazing things, like on our Saber class video, a gentleman commented saying, guys, I might be responsible for part of this for the shuttle bays. Apparently, he was the one that was working on some of the original books that feature the Saber. And he's the one that suggested, let's have them shuttle bays. So the reason we say the shuttle bays is because he invented that. And that is now timeless. You know, that has been locked in this record. That's incredible. You know, this is stuff that we're learning, because it's such a big universe, but so many things aren't explored, and we can really be those people.
Yeah. Another thing that's very cool is the declassified Trekyards group, because you guys get the chance to ask the designers questions.
Pretty much anything.
And they personalize them. They answer them directly to you in video form. I mean, that's amazing that people have access to that now.
Yeah, and you know, we give all behind the scenes. You get to see the well, you get to hear about the bloopers when we tell them.
I can't wait for a blooper reel. I can't wait.
I know. It takes a while. I mean, declassified, like I say, it doesn't take much on the Patreon to be part of that, to get to ask these people the designs, the questions, to get to really be part of our community, but also help influence where Trekyards goes, because that's what it is. You know, we're just two people, we're the main two people, but the fans, they are the ones that make the show what it is, and so we want to hear what you guys think. So it's an important part of the process. And yeah, that's pretty much it, isn't it?
I think that is it. It's longer than I expected. I mean, I just wanted to say happy birthday, Trekyards. But I mean, it's great to look back and take a stroll through memory lane, as it were. And there's a lot of stuff there that I've forgotten about, to be honest.
Yeah.
Reading those.
It was fun to see the first bit, because I remember it, and I remember thinking what I was thinking. And now to speak to you basically on a daily basis. Well, speak to you, I think we Skype every other day.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah. So to have this sort of connection with you now, having only from what it was then, is kind of just,
We need to go for a beer sometime. We need to meet up in person.
But if you can support us on Patreon to get us those plane tickets, we'd love to meet up.
Yeah.
Although, hopefully we can meet, somewhere on a TOS bridge or something, and our first meeting can be on the bridge, and he can be the captain's chair, and I can shake his hand and be like, "Oh, hello, captain," and it's your bridge. That's a dream of ours, but probably great too. So either invent transporters or help us get that, because we think that'd be. How cool would it be to have live Trekyards, like really like filmed, either here or there or whatever, and just be like having a chat together. It'd be fun.
Yeah, it would indeed. So thank you guys for joining us for this year-long celebration-ish.
Well, it's 2 weeks of celebration, but a year long of Trekyards and
Yes.
and all this. Wow! Please, guys, let us know in the comments. When did you start? When did you find Trekyards? When did you come on the
Yes.
bandwagon, as it were? How? And I don't remember necessarily what episode, but was it a Tholian? Was it a Miranda? Did you see the first episode when it came out? Have you been a fan for a year, you crazy people? I mean, let us know, because that would be incredible. Or did you just find us last week? Let us know when you found us. Let us know how you found us in the comments of this video, so that we get a sense of what is this community. And if you like us talking for a long time, this could be the first podcast. We never know, because we don't really do very many unscripted things. But this has been fun.
It has indeed. And I encourage you guys out there, if you want to wish us a happy birthday, make your own video, upload it to our Facebook page, whatever. We would love to see it. And I would love to hear your first Trekyards memories. Like he said, the first episode you ever saw, first ship, your favorite ship, whether we've done it or not, please let us know.
Yeah, so I think that is it for our first year. It's been a hell of a year. We've come so damn far. It took me almost to the end of the year to actually get the model of the first episode we did. But yeah, Eagle Boss, you finally got
Awesome.
there. And here is to the future. We have some great plans. We hope you enjoyed the 2 weeks of cool content. Please support us on Patreon to keep that content going. And see where 2015, the anniversary year, which will, believe us, guys, we are huge Trek fans. We know how important that is, and we have some cool ideas. So, happy birthday to us.
Birthday to us. Happy birthday to Trekyards. Happy birthday to us.
And
Yay.
Many more.
Wow. And also, don't forget to check out Trekyards.com. All the past episodes are there, and you can also donate there as well. So, all right, guys.
That is it from Captain Foley
And Commander Cockings. Until next time.
Bye, guys.